So this is the case of typhoid. Okay. So this 35-year-old female, she consulted me online for fever for 7 days. Vidal was positive, and the IgM for typhoid was pending. And there was mild hepatomegaly, and she was on these two antibiotics, Taxim and AZ. The C-reactive protein was 60, and liver enzymes were slightly high. And she had one white stool yesterday, and she had taken Pulsatilla 1M for 2 days and arsenic album before coming to me. So she was referred to me by another homeopath. So that homeopath had given her Pulsatilla and arsenic before she came to me. And they were very nervous because this fever was not coming under control. So when I took her history, she said it started with very high fever. And during fever, there's a lot of headache. And the fever starts with headache on vertex. The pain is so severe that she can't avoid paracetamol tablet. So this patient, she has a lot of faith in homeopathy. So she would avoid taking paracetamol. But she said, the pain is so severe that I can't avoid. So on waking in the morning, headache is there with temperature of 101. Then entire day she was fine. No symptoms, no energy loss. It was the initial days of fever. So a lot of sweat, mouth feels dry, drinks a lot of water. And there was craving for fried food initially. Then the fever started coming in the evening also. And there was a lot of chills before fever came. And the chills were on the shin and the calves. Okay. And temperature was 101, 102. So because the CRP was 60, she was scared that infection isn't settling. She cried a lot. So on inquiring further, she said before the fever started, there was a lot of emotional disturbance. A lot of arguments with boyfriend. And this was happening since 2-3 months. And during the fever, the boyfriend's mother called her and told her, why you're not finalizing the marriage date? So this patient got very angry. She said, it's our decision. We will take it. And she was very angry and hurt as her boyfriend did not come to meet her. When she had fever, he did not come to see her. Okay. So craving for fruits and juices were there. And during chills, she doesn't want fan. She wants AC when she's sweating. She's saying, I don't feel like taking much rest. I keep on doing something. I mean, she's at home only. She's not going out. So then I asked her, what are the symptoms before taking paracetamol? This I always do because after a person takes paracetamol, the symptoms change. No, we don't get the correct picture. So I always tell my patients, you write down what is happening to you. And don't take paracetamol when the temperature is 100, 101. If it goes above 101, or in the case of children, okay, you take paracetamol earlier, but adults, I tell them, just avoid it now. Just see what is happening. Then I'll get the correct picture. Then your fever will come down faster. I tell them. And I've seen it. People who don't take paracetamol, I get good symptoms and I can prescribe. And they recover much faster than people who keep on taking paracetamol. Yeah. So she said there would be headache, constant heaviness in the head, and she would wait for 2-3 hours before taking the paracetamol. Yeah. And then when it would get unbearable, she would not be able to sit, then she would take it. And she would get very irritated with any sound, and the slightest noise would hit my head very hard. Yeah. And I said, describe the pain. She said, it is throbbing. I have to keep my eyes closed and sit. It is better by massage, better by heart pressure, better by pulling hair, and worse from slightest sound, and better by pressing eyes hard. He's saying first few days I wanted to stay alone. I don't like people serving me. I want to manage on my own. I don't like if people have to do things for me. I'd rather do things on my own. And she said, I felt unloved, uncared for. I wanted my boyfriend to be there. He doesn't realize what I want. I felt very hurt. I expressed my anger. And she said, the boyfriend's mother gets obsessed with one topic, the topic of marriage. Yeah. I get very angry. Why is she pressurizing me for doing something against my wish? I haven't said yes for marriage. Some things are holding me back. Give me time to decide now. Yeah. The boyfriend took 1 year to decide. So why you are pressurizing me to hurry? I will say yes when I feel from within. Yeah. And she's saying, when someone is pressurizing me, I feel claustrophobic. My freedom is not there. I don't want to abide by others. I want to stay alone and not be in touch with people who put pressure on me. Yeah. And she said, I met the boyfriend's mother just before I got fever. So that day, that boyfriend's mother, she pressurized her so much that she got a severe headache and she had to sleep there for 2-3 hours. Yeah. So just before the fever, this thing happened. That mother-in-law to be, she pressurized her so much that she got a horrible headache and she had to sleep for 2-3 hours. And then that she told me that Pulsifla helps me in acute, and for headache I take Belladonna. And headache is aggravated missing a meal, lack of sleep and heat. Headache and mental state is better by eating. This was like prior to the fever. Yeah. And she said, I feel thirsty, mouth is dry. I drink one big glass of water every 2-3 hours. And I said, when is the thirst more? She said, the thirst is there in all the stages of fever, before, during, after fever. So it's very important. When is the thirst more? During the fever, during the chill stage, or during the sweat stage? So she said it is there all the time. Okay, so this was what I got, and this is what I took. Yeah. Chill, extremities, lower leg, fever, concomitant head pain, thirst during fever, and thirst during all stages of fever. Then fried food desires, then fruit desires, and this is there, no love, disappointment, unhappy, ailments from aggravate, and appetite increased, fever during, pain, noise aggravates, headache, noise aggravates, then vortex headache, pressure ameliorates heart, eyes closed, desire to during headache, then typhoid, then pain, headache, fasting aggravates, pain, headache aggravated from heat and from loss of late hours. So again, I take rubrics which I am sure about. Yeah. So she's saying, no, the headache is unbearable. Any fever, the headache is there, no, always. But she's saying it is unbearable. Yeah. So we have to take that. And there's thirst during fever. Yeah. And desire for fruit was very strong. And headache, noise aggravates. She's saying, no, it is hitting her hard. Yeah. So these 4 rubrics I've taken, which I feel should be covered by my remedy. So all these remedies were there. So I think this is easy, what I gave. Someone said something.
Dr. Sagar is saying Ignatia, Dr. Jayanti and Dr. Beena are saying natural.
Yeah. Okay. See, in this case, the causation is very important. No? Just before the fever, she had that massive headache after that talk with her mother, with that mother-in-law to be. So, I mean, obviously, everybody knows that typhoid is from contaminated food and water. But when you're mentally disturbed, your immunity goes down, no? And that's how you succumb to illness. Yeah. So for her, this is very important, that love, disappointment, unhappy aggravates ailments from. Yeah. Like her boyfriend did not come to see her. She felt unloved and uncared for. So which remedies are covering? Phosphorus, uh, nitromude, lachesis, and ignatia. Okay. And what I saw, hers during all the stages of fever, only natriumate was there. She said, no, he's thirsty all the time. So I gave natriumate. feeling unloved, uncared for, feel very hurt. When someone is pressurizing me, I feel claustrophobic. My freedom is not there. I don't want to abide by others. I want to stay alone and not be in touch with people who put pressure on me. Okay? So natrum mur. Mur is that halogen, muraticum. Betrayed, let down, disappointed, bound, tied down, confined. These are all the halogen words of muriaticum. So I gave a natrum mur 200 in plussing method. Next day, the intensity of headache was 40 less by 40%. So the main symptom of the fever was headache, no? So in one day, the headache became less. So then I know I'm on the right path. Yeah. And second day, temperature was 100. And third day, no fever. But she was taking antibiotics also. Yeah. So like uh, everybody knows now I used to do allopathy before. Yeah. So I know from experience, antibiotics don't work so fast. For the antibiotic to work properly, it takes about 2-3 days for the effect to kick in. Yeah. And right on the next day, she's telling me the headache is less than 40%. So I'm sure my natrum mute worked. Yeah. I remember earlier I used to get a lot of sore throat. That time I was doing allopathic practice. So every month I would take antibiotics. And slowly I became resistant to antibiotics. They stopped working on me. Yeah. And then once I remember I had to go for a picnic the next day, and just one day before I got a bad throat. And my friend said, take belladonna 200 now. Just take. So I took it. And next day I went for my picnic. And then later in the day I realized, my throat pain is completely gone. It's not there. So our medicines, if they are correctly indicated, they can work very fast, faster than any antibiotic. I can tell you that for sure. So everybody agrees now, Natromur worked. I'm sure it worked, even though
Yes.
she was taking antibiotics also.
Yes.